Hello, I'm ABX Toycat and welcome back to the video. Today let's talk about the most underrated block in Minecraft. The reason I wanted to do this is because in my most underrated item video, where I spoke about the water bucket, I actually taught a lot of people new things about the water bucket that made people go, oh, I guess it is actually pretty awesome. And I figured why not do the same for the most underrated block, because it is one of my favorite blocks in the game that I feel like a lot of people just kind of pass over, despite being amazing for survival players, amazing for builders, amazing people working on massive projects, but also great for people that do YouTube stuff or do take screenshots a lot. This is just a great all-round block, and it is sand. So hopefully you do all enjoy this video talking about sand. If you do all like it, like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like these sorts of things, where I talk about things that you might not have known of, or at the very least, that you might not appreciate fully. Because again, sand is one of the very few blocks in the game which is gravity affected, which gives it so many cool exclusive / unique purposes. And I guess we can just start by mentioning that gravel isn't as good as sand, because when you destroy sand, you always get sand back. When you destroy gravel, you don't always get gravel back. And, you know, also, gravel looks like this, and, you know, who would love a face like that? Anyway, with that said, yeah, sand is the better of the two blocks, and that's why I was focusing on sand. But if you do need to, you know, have the poor man's sand, gravel does still exist. But with that said, yeah, let's get straight into it. And let's start with the first use of sand and why it's so amazing, because basically this is a really useful tip to know at any time, but basically it's for nerd polling or stacking yourself up if you need to get good screenshots or videos or whatever else, because I've seen people do this all the time in their own worlds, and you just end up with a whole bunch of stacks of dirt or stacks of cobblestone around the world, and it makes a world that you spent so much time on that you want to show off and clearly take screenshots off, and it takes that and it makes it so ugly. Whereas when you use sand, you can destroy your tower in just a single block play. So if you're wondering how you do that or why that works, basically if you stack yourself up, so let's say I want to get a view of the creeper from a better angle, so we stack ourselves up so we can see it. Oh, look how nice the creeper is, and then we take our screenshot or our video or whatever else, and then we can jump off, and as simply as just placing a block at the bottom, any solid block that isn't a full block will actually allow the entire stack to be destroyed instantly. Whereas again, if you have towers of dirt, you have to send someone in there to slowly destroy it. It's not a very fun thing in comparison to this. Oh, look at that! My nerd pole / tower / whatever else you want to call it is gone instantly, and that is why sand is so amazing, because it is gravity affected. It can be destroyed very, very quickly if you're making a giant stack up or something like that. So yeah, that's the first use of sand. It's great for people who want to take screenshots, who like looking at stuff, but it's also great for people that are trying to get rid of a lot of water. So although sponges are now better at this, still sand has its place for when you don't necessarily have thousands of sponges lying around like this, or if you don't necessarily want to do it that way because you need to do it in a particular way. But yeah, basically sand is a great way to get rid of lots of water very quickly, because unlike other blocks, let's say dirt for instance, again another common alternative, if you wanted to replace all of this water with dirt, you'd have to place 16 blocks of dirt. But if we're going to do the same with sand, we only need 8, because basically when we place our sand down, we did it. We did that one very slightly wrong, but basically when you place the sand down, so I'll show this for instance, so it'll take 4 instead of 8, because when you place the sand down, it removes this block up here, but then also the block it falls into, which means if you do your timing right, like I'm going to do there, you can see how we remove all of the water with just 4 blocks. So yeah, you can save yourself like half as much time and still not use sponges, in case you don't have any, something like that, which I think makes sand really amazing for those giant projects. Again, one of the earliest things I remember is like some of my friends working like a giant submarine, and they just made, they had, because it was underwater, they had to just hollow out the entire thing of dirt on the inside, and it made me go, oh, that's so much work. You could have halved it with sand, and yeah, this is one of those tips that if you're ever doing a submarine or anything like that, then maybe you want to know. Or if, like me, you're trying to get rid of an ocean, using sand is just very useful. Draining a monument, for instance, another amazing use for sand. But yeah, as well as just being useful for draining stuff, it's also useful for the opposite. Let's say you want to expand your water. Sand is one of the few blocks which will help you here, because basically underwater explosions don't work. If you've never tried it, then here's me trying right now to explode in water. As you can see, it's just not going to hurt me at all, and it's not going to do any damage to the surrounding area. Just, oh, that was an explosion. How fun. But yeah, basically, if you actually place some sand below, on top of your TNT, and then you ignite it, you actually detonate the TNT inside the sand, which means you can actually make explosions go off underwater, which is really useful. By the way, that is underwater, it's not above it, as you can tell from the fact that these didn't get destroyed. And just like that, we've made our water go much further, and we've even made the item frames go down there, which is pretty cool. The fact that you can actually detonate explosions underwater by doing this, but you can also do it underneath lava, which means if you need to either troll someone, or you need to like get revenge, or even just make a giant lava pit really easily in survival, all you have to do is do the exact same technique, but in lava, and as you're going to see, after it explodes, and again, does no damage to anything but the underwater stuff, we're going to make this giant pit of lava that doesn't even look like it's going to be too deep. So, yeah, useful little tip right there is to place sand on top of any TNT before you detonate it, and you can make it seem a bit more deadly. Also, because of the weird glitch in the way, I guess, either the console or just Minecraft in general renders it, as you can see, the TNT looks like it's there, but it's actually down there. So you can probably use this to your advantage to trick people in some way, and I can't tell you exactly what that way is, but I feel like there's definitely some method in, going, aha, I got you there, and if you like getting people there, then that's pretty useful to know. So, as well as, the fact that it can be used for, like I said, for people who like screenshots of their worlds or videos, as well as the fact that it's great for draining stuff or doing the opposite, expanding your water, it's also a weapon in disguise. So yeah, that's right, this masterful weapon, this masterful tool for building and survival and stuff, is also a great little weapon. So, let's show you with a creeper in this hole over there. Let's say we don't want to go near the creeper because we know he'll explode. All we have to do is place 2 sand on top of him, and just like that, we've suffocated him, and he's going to die. Can you hear that? You can very subtly hear in there that the creeper is slowly taking suffocation damage, and because he's inside sand, there's nothing he can do to harm me while he's in there. So, yeah, it's one of the safest ways to taking out creepers. It's one of the best ways to kill your friends, because most people don't expect it. And if you, surround the entire thing, so let's say, we do like that, and then surround the stuff by, stone or something that's hard to break, you can actually trap people in there, and suffocation is one of the more confusing ways to kill people, and that's why it's such a great one. Very few people use it, and that makes it a great, great surprise. So, yeah, sand is an amazing block in Minecraft, for so many different reasons, like I said, the towers and the screenshots, or whether it's, draining stuff faster, or whether it's using it to do clever stuff with TNT, or even whether it's using it as a weapon in its own right. There are so many cool uses for sand, and that's just while sand exists as a block. So the reason it's also great for builders is because if you collect a lot of sand, which you should do in my opinion, you can then turn it into sandstone, which is pretty cool looking by itself, which then turns into smooth sandstone, one of my favorite looking blocks in the game, and then into chiseled sandstone, which again, another amazing looking block with a creeper face on there. And again, if you have all 3 of these blocks, you can make some really cool desert themed builds that, again, no other single block can be turned into so many different things that work so well together besides sand. So yeah, why is sand the best block in the game? Because it's got a little bit of something for everyone, and when you combine all of those uses together, it just makes it one of the most useful blocks in the game, that if you don't have several stacks of lying around, maybe you should go mine an ocean or something like that. But yeah, with that said, I guess a desert would make more sense. But yeah, with that said, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did all like it, and let me know, because it helps out the channel, and let's know you do like these sorts of videos. Share the video if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, because I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.